Hey guys, Gina with YA Fiction Freaks, and I am going to do a book review on Darkest Mercy by Melissa Marr, and that is actually, let's see, book 5 in a series. So I just wanted to show you guys the whole series first, if you haven't read it. So no spoilers yet, but the book 1 is Wicked Lovely, which you guys probably, I don't know if you've seen my review on it, but I love this series, and the covers are so cool. And I love, this kind of book is so cool. It just kind of flops open. Somebody was talking about that on a video the other day, and this is like one of those perfect books. Book 2 is Ink Exchange, and I will tell you, this book is actually about the Summer King, because it's about fairies. This book is actually about the Dark King, and it's called Ink Exchange, and this is one of my very favorites out of the series. And then the next one is Fragile Eternity, which is kind of back to the Summer King and some of the Dark King. And then we have Radiant Shadows, which was really cool because she featured another aspect of the fairy world, which was really, really cool. So this is a favorite of mine too. And then the last book was Darkest Mercy. So that was the wrap-up. And that was about them all, of course, and it kind of brought them all together. I do want to show you two. I got 2 of her graphic novels, and I think the third, maybe the fourth, is out now. But this is book 1. These are really cool because the cool thing about it is it's not a graphic novel of the book series. It's a graphic novel. It's like a short little novella. It's a different story altogether. And it's got the summer... Woo, I had bookmarkers in there. It has the Summer King. His name's Keenan. And if I could find that picture, I would show you. It's really cool to see him in graphic novel form. But, of course, I should have had it marked, because now I probably will never find him. Oh, here's one of him. Yeah, so there's the Summer King. Whoa. And this is called Wicked Lovely Desert Tales, and this one's called Sanctuary. So that's book 1. And these are so cool. If you're a fan of the series, you should definitely read these. Here's the Summer King on the back. And the cool thing is it's like a novella, and if you've read the series, you can read these without reading the actual books, but it's actually a story to tell. At one point, the Summer King, during some of the other books, when it's about featuring the other fairies and stuff, you don't really know where the Summer King is sometimes, and these stories kind of tell what he was doing and where he was at, which is kind of neat. So they do connect. This is book 2, and it's the Desert Tales also, and it's called Challenge. And this one was really good too, and it just goes on. There's the Summer King again. So, and I know she has a 3rd and a 4th, but I haven't been able to get them yet, so I hope to do that soon. And so, back to this. I am going to talk about this book a little bit, so I'm not going to give any spoilers to this book, but if you haven't read the series, you might not want to watch the rest of this, because I won't try to spoil too much, but there might be some things that I would say that you might not want to hear yet. Oh, let me show you this really quick. I got this. I met Melissa Marr. Angie and I did at a book signing, and that was pretty cool. That's when, I think that's actually before Darkest Mercy came out, actually, when we met her. And then she gave us this one too. And I think I had her sign my books too, but I don't know if I had them all with me. I think she just signed the first one, but okay, so Darkest Mercy, getting sidetracked. This was an awesome wrap-up. I was really happy with it, to the whole series. One thing, I'm a fan of the Dark Court and a major fan of Neil throughout the whole book. Well, you get to meet Neil, and these are supposed to be movies too. I had heard that the first book is being turned into a movie. I talked to Melissa Marr, and she said I would be very, very happy with who was playing Neil. So, or who was being looked at for Neil. She said it was between two people, and she liked them both, but the one she was hoping that they would pick, she said I would absolutely love. I just wanted to show you. I did get her signature. It's right there in purple. And then she wrote, "To Gina, believe in yourself, Melissa Marr." So that was really cool. That's the first book. But I was excited to hear about the movie. I hope it does work out and it comes out. But this kind of leaves a little bit of an opening so that she could do another book about Neil and the whole Dark Court and Neil's relationships with some of the fairies and some of his human relationships that he has, which is really cool. So I hope that she does that. I haven't heard that she would. And then it also wraps up, it really wraps up the original book, The Summer King, that it's about the Summer King. It really wraps up his story, which is really, really satisfying. And let's see, and then also it talks about some other characters, the Radiant Shadow characters. It actually also wraps up a lot of that. So it was good. It was exciting. It wasn't slow at all. These books do go very quickly. The only thing I will say, if you are starting into this series or starting to read it, don't give up, because I had talked to someone, because her writing is different, and I'm getting ready to start Carnival of Souls, which is a new series that she's starting, and it's probably going to be the same way, but I'm used to her writing now. So it makes you feel like she gives you little by little as you go, and it makes you feel like you missed something, like, am I supposed to know this? And so I would go back in the book and be like, no, she hasn't told us this yet. So that's the thing about her writing, which when you get used to it, it's kind of neat, because then you just keep reading and you're like, okay, she's just giving me little by little by little, and it's really good, and you got to really figure things out. It's thought-provoking. The fairies are not like Tinkerbell at all. This is the first fairy series that I read and loved, because I wasn't going to get it for a while, because I just thought I don't really want to read about Tinkerbell like fairies, but this is like dark fairies and light fairies, and they're good and evil, and sometimes there's shades in between, and you care about them and you like them, but yet they aren't all, because the fairy world is set up so differently. If you've even Cassandra Clare's fairy world, in the old folklore, she kind of follows that too, where they had many different rules and many things that wasn't always what us humans would think is good, but to them that's their law and that's the way things work. And so, and that's all in here, which is really, really, really cool. This right here is the Winter Queen, which you will find out about her later. So I definitely highly, highly recommend the series. I do know it's not for everybody. Some people have read it and can't really get her writing because it is different. So, but my suggestion would be to try it again, or if you are starting it, just know that her writing is a little different and you just got to keep going. Book 1 was, I really liked it, but I didn't get so obsessed with the series until I read this second one, Ink Exchange, and that pushed me on to get all of them. I actually had to wait on Darkest Mercy. I had already read the 4, so don't miss the series. I think it's great. And also don't forget the graphic novels. Check those out too. So that's all I got for now, guys. Happy reading. See you later.